The basketball world watched in stunned silence. Tensions were high. The air was thick with anticipation, every fan on the edge of their seat, every player feeling the weight of the moment. This was more than just a game. It was a battle for supremacy, a clash of titans. The WNBA Finals, Game 7, the culmination of a season's worth of blood, sweat, and tears. The stakes couldn't be higher. Both teams had fought tooth and nail to get here, and now it all came down to this final showdown. A'ja Wilson's Las Vegas Aces versus Caitlin Clark's Iowa Blitz. Two teams, each with their own story, their own journey. The Aces, known for their relentless defense and strategic plays, and the Blitz, celebrated for their explosive offense and unyielding spirit. The score was tied, seconds on the clock. Every dribble, every pass, every shot was a potential game changer. The tension was palpable, the energy electric. Fans held their breath, eyes glued to the court, hearts pounding in unison. Caitlin Clark, with the ball in her hands and the game on the line, drove toward the basket. Her eyes were focused, her movements precise. She had been in this position before, but never with so much at stake. The crowd's roar was deafening, but she tuned it out, her mind solely on the task at hand. A collision, a gasp from the crowd. The sound of bodies hitting the floor echoed through the arena. It was a moment that seemed to stretch on forever, a split second that would change everything. A'ja Wilson lay sprawled on the court, clutching her ankle. Pain etched across her face, her dreams of victory slipping away. The arena fell into a hushed silence, the gravity of the situation sinking in. What seemed like an ordinary foul quickly escalated into something much darker. The tension that had been simmering beneath the surface now boiled over, threatening to engulf everyone in its path. Caitlin Clark, standing over the fallen Wilson, uttered a few words. Her expression was unreadable, her tone cold. It was a moment that would be replayed and analyzed endlessly, a moment that would define her career. Words picked up by courtside microphones. Words that would reverberate far beyond the confines of the arena. The microphones captured every syllable, every nuance, broadcasting them to the world. Words that shocked the world. The crowd's reaction was immediate and visceral. Shock, disbelief, and outrage rippled through the stands. A collective gasp that seemed to shake the very foundations of the stadium. "Stay down, princess," Clark sneered. Her words were like a dagger, cutting through the tension and leaving a wound that would take a long time to heal. It was a taunt, a challenge, a declaration of dominance. The crowd erupted in a cacophony of boos and gasps. The atmosphere turned hostile, the energy in the arena shifting from excitement to anger. Fans who had come to witness a game were now part of a drama that transcended sports. A'ja Wilson, helped to her feet by her teammates, glared at Clark with a mixture of anger and disbelief. Her eyes burned with a fire that spoke of betrayal and determination. She was down, but not out. Her spirit unbroken, her resolve stronger than ever. The incident, instantly viral, sent shockwaves through the WNBA and beyond. Social media exploded with reactions, news outlets scrambled to cover the story, and fans around the world weighed in on the controversy. It was a moment that would be remembered for years to come, a line crossed that would forever change the landscape of women's basketball. The aftermath was immediate and explosive. The game had ended, but the real drama was just beginning. Fans were in shock, players were visibly distressed, and the atmosphere was charged with tension. The incident that had just unfolded on the court was unlike anything anyone had seen before. A'ja Wilson, her voice shaking with anger, addressed the media in a post-game interview. She stood before the cameras, her usual calm demeanor replaced by a palpable sense of outrage. The room was silent, every eye fixed on her as she began to speak. Gone was the usual composure and grace. In its place, raw emotion. Wilson had always been known for her poise, her ability to stay cool under pressure. But today was different. Today, she was letting the world see just how deeply she had been affected. In its place, raw emotion. Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, her voice wavered as she spoke. This was not just about a game. This was about respect, about dignity, about standing up for what was right. What Caitlin did was unacceptable. Wilson stated, her voice trembling. She recounted the events that had led to this moment, the words and actions that had crossed a line. It was clear that this was not just a personal grievance. It was a matter of principle. Her words and her actions were disrespectful, unprofessional, and frankly, disgusting. Wilson's voice grew stronger as she spoke, fueled by a sense of righteous indignation. She was not just speaking for herself, she was speaking for every player who had ever been disrespected, for every fan who believed in the integrity of the game. She went on to demand an immediate and severe response from the WNBA. This was not something that could be swept under the rug, not something that could be ignored. The league had to take a stand, had to show that such behavior would not be tolerated. Her demand? A lifetime ban for Caitlin Clark. It was a bold statement, one that left no room for ambiguity. Wilson was calling for the harshest possible punishment, a clear message that there would be zero tolerance for such actions. "There is no place in this league for someone who behaves like that," Wilson declared. Her words were met with a mixture of shock and support. Some nodded in agreement, others looked taken aback by the severity of her demand. But Wilson was unwavering. She needs to be held accountable for her actions. Accountability was the key word here. Wilson was not just calling for punishment, she was calling for a standard to be set, for a precedent to be established. This was about more than just one player. It was about the future of the league. The statement sent shockwaves through the league and ignited a firestorm of debate. Social media lit up with reactions, sports analysts weighed in with their opinions, and fans were divided. Some praised Wilson for her courage, others questioned whether the punishment fit the crime. Was A'ja Wilson's demand justified? The question echoed through the sports world. Commentators debated the merits of her argument. Fans took to social media to voice their opinions. And the league found itself at the center of a heated controversy. Was a lifetime ban too harsh a punishment? Opinions were split. Some argued that it was necessary to send a strong message. Others felt it was an overreaction. The debate raged on, with no clear consensus in sight. The WNBA found itself at a crossroads. The decision they made would have far-reaching implications, not just for Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson, but for the entire league. It was a moment of reckoning, a test of their commitment to upholding the values of respect and professionalism. The incident and A'ja Wilson's subsequent demand for a lifetime ban ignited a firestorm of controversy among WNBA fans. Social media erupted with a mixture of support for Wilson and outrage over what many perceived as an overreaction. "A'ja is absolutely right. Caitlin Clark is a disgrace to the league," one fan tweeted. "Lifetime ban is too much." "A'ja needs to calm down," another fan countered. The division among fans was palpable, reflecting a deeper tension within the league. The incident had become about more than just a single comment. It had become a symbol of respect, race, and the very soul of the WNBA. Section 4. Clash of the Titans. A study in contrasts. The controversy also brought to light the stark differences between A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark, both on and off the court. These two athletes, though united by their love for basketball, represented two very different worlds. Their contrasting styles, personalities, and approaches to the game became a focal point for fans and analysts alike. Wilson, a seasoned veteran and multiple-time MVP, was known for her leadership, sportsmanship, and unwavering commitment to social justice. Her journey in the WNBA had been marked by numerous accolades and a consistent display of excellence. Off the court, she was a vocal advocate for equality and used her platform to bring attention to important social issues. Her calm demeanor and strategic play made her a role model for many aspiring athletes. Clark, on the other hand, was a rising star in her rookie season. Her entry into the WNBA was nothing short of spectacular, with her scoring abilities and court vision earning her immediate recognition. However, her journey was just beginning, and she was still carving out her identity in the league. Her raw talent and aggressive style of play set her apart from her peers, making her a player to watch. While her talent was undeniable, she had also developed a reputation for being brash, outspoken, and at times disrespectful. Her fiery personality often led to heated moments on the court, where her passion for the game sometimes clashed with the expectations of sportsmanship. This duality made her a polarizing figure, admired by some for her intensity and criticized by others for her lack of decorum. Their contrasting personalities and approaches to the game fueled the flames of the controversy, making it a clash not just of athletes, but of ideologies. Wilson's composed and principled approach stood in stark contrast to Clark's fiery and unfiltered demeanor. This dynamic created a narrative that extended beyond the basketball court, touching on themes of leadership, respect, and the evolving nature of the sport. As fans and analysts dissected their every move, the debate over their differing styles highlighted the diverse ways in which excellence can be achieved in the world of professional sports. Section 5. Media Frenzy. Fanning the flames of controversy. The media, as always, played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding the incident. News outlets, eager for clicks and views, seized upon the controversy, often sensationalizing the story and amplifying the divide between the two players and their supporters. Headlines screamed about the shocking incident and the explosive demand, painting a picture of chaos and division within the WNBA. Comment sections became battlegrounds for fans to hurl insults and accusations, further fueling the firestorm. The media, whether intentionally or not, had turned a single incident into a full-blown spectacle.